is about percents and fractions. Okay? A percent. Stop talking. No. A percent. What'd you say, Josh?
I said after you're done,
Yes.
you have to get ready.
A percent is a ratio whose denominator is 100. A percent is a denominator or a ratio whose denominator is 100. So 85 over 100 is 85%. P over 100 is P percent. Okay. So how would I write as a fraction in simplest form these percentages? How would I do that? And you take your hood off. You're not even allowed to have it in school. What, Emma?
The 29.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 29.
I put it as 29 over 100. Does that reduce? No. How do I write 45% as a fraction? Yes, E. 45 over 100. Does that reduce?
Yes.
What can go into both of them? 5, which gives you what?
9 over 20.
9 over 20. Can that reduce any further?
No.
No. So when it says write it as a fraction in simple form, that's what you're doing. Can you handle transferring those back and forth?
Yo, hold on. I got a question.
Okay, what's your question?
For the, I'm already going past that. For the common percent, can you like write that down?
Yeah, in a minute, yeah. You can. Okay. Write as percents. How do I write 7/10 as a percent? How, Josh?
I forgot.
Well, what do you need to make it over top of probably first?
70 over 100.
70 over 100. So then what's 70 over 100? How does that make a percent?
70%.
70%.
Yeah,
So I can change it to 70 over 100, or if you can recognize from there, you can just change it straight to 70%, whichever you prefer. 3/5. How do I make that as a percent? Okay, Carter, how?
60%.
Okay, what did you do to get there?
Okay, I divided 100 divided by 5, which is 20, and 20 times 3.
Okay, so you multiply it by 20 over 20, right? So that you get 60 over 100. So you get 60%. Because I want to change the bottom number into 100, okay, in order to get my percentages. So we're going to have to take percentages, turn them into fractions, reduce them. We're going to have to take fractions that have been reduced or fractions that aren't reduced and turn them into percents. Can you handle that?
Say that again.
Okay, you're going to have to take percents and turn them into fractions and reduce them. You're going to have to take reduced fractions or fractions that aren't reduced and turn them into percents. Okay, what?
No.
Okay. Then we get a couple word problems. Go. Don't say anything to him ever. A radio station randomly selects one of 5 finalists for a prize. You are one of the finalists. What is the probability that you will win? Write your answer as a percent. So what do I need to do first? What, Emma? Yeah, because you're one of 5 people, so you have 1/5 of a chance to get there. How do you turn that into a percent? We have to do the denominator.
You have to multiply it
By 20. Multiply by 20. Good. By 20 over 20. So you get 20 over 100, which gives you what percent? 20%. You have 20% chance of winning that prize. It's not too bad. Okay. Now, last word problem. A desert tortoise can go a year or more without drinking water. That's a crazy long time. Could you not drink water for a year?
I'm still drinking water.
You would die. I know.
I drink soda. I drink soda, Mountain Dew, Energy.
When it does drink, its body weight can increase by 40%. So when it does drink, it can gain 40% of its body weight. Okay? Suppose a desert tortoise weighs 15 pounds after a long period without water. How many pounds can the tortoise gain when it drinks? How do you figure out that? What do you think, Carter? What do you have to do?
Is it, don't you have to multiply 15 over 1 times like 4 over time?
You have to find 40% of 15. Okay. So if I have 40% of 15, okay, what is 40%? How do I make that into a fraction?
40 over 100 or 4 over 10.
Okay, 40 over 100, 4 over 10, that still can be reduced to what?
2 or 5.
2 or 5. So I need to figure out what 2/5 of the 15 pounds is.
Then that's 10 pounds.
Then it's 10 pounds, because if I take 15 and I divide it by
5.
5, the denominator I get
3.
3. It's not 10 pounds, it's
I'm sorry. It's 6 pounds.
it's 6 pounds. So how much can it gain when it drinks?
6 pounds.
I can gain 6 pounds. Which means, how much could it weigh?
21 pounds.
Yeah, 15 plus 6. It could weigh 21 pounds after it drinks water. It's crazy. It goes from 15 pounds to 21 pounds possibly. Okay. These fractions and these percents are common. Okay. These are things that you'll see a lot of times in clothing stores, or online. They'll say, hey, save 60% or save this. This is what this looks like. Okay. I am not giving you this on a test. It would benefit you to have that memorized. It will make your life easier. You will have to show less work on stuff. Okay? So 10% of course is 1/10, 20% is 1/5, which makes sense because 20 is double 10, so it has to go down. Okay? 25% you should know is 1/4, it's like a quarter. Okay, 30% is 3/10, 40% is 2/5, 50% is 1/2, 60% is 3/5, 70% is 7/10, 75% you should know is 3/4, 80% is 4/5, 90% is 9/10, and 100% equals 1. So when they ask you to change 100% into a fraction or something, you're going to give them the answer of 1. Okay? Of 1. Okay, so that's what you're working on today. It shouldn't be that difficult, I don't think. It's a good little warm-up lesson back from break. Okay?
Yeah.
So let me give you some homework to do.